Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, YouTubers. Jerry Diamond, How to Get Out of Babylon. Just a few more things on cold weather survival and this and that and the other thing. Miscellaneous. Mostly with how, I've coped with things. And what you're looking at there is a not matching pair of Tyvek booties. I'm saying that not matching because I know I had two pair, but I did what I said I wasn't going to do. Okay, I looked for that propane bottle. And when you look for one thing, a lot of times you find other interesting things that you didn't know were around. Number one, my hat. Yeah. So it must be time to do a message. It is, I know, I got to get that done. So, but these booties are, they're waterproof. They're Tyvek, which is kind of a Gore-Tex type of a fabric, poly-spun, same idea. These I wore to do this pair, wherever the other one is, because you can see it's real dirty and I've got a worn hole in it. They will fit over a lot of shoes. I mean, that's like a size Bigfoot. I'd call that about a 15, 16, 17. So you can put them on over tennis shoes, boots, whatever. And if you notice the pattern, it's really neat. Can you see that? It's a diamond, like the Ozark Plateau. I could measure that. Hey, I could measure that. Da-da-da-da. I found that. A quick angle. So yeah, I could measure those, and they would be 120 degrees. I can see that. All right, so moving right along. Get those out of the way. Headlights. Get a headlight. I had that on earlier. If you notice it, I turned it off because it just shines in and dulls the camera. Overrules the camera. But get headlights. This is rechargeable. I will talk about that and talk about it and talk about it. And people that ignore me will pay the price. Get a good headlight. This is a Foxelli. It's rechargeable. There's thousands of them out there now. Red. I mean, a brother was here recently, and he's like, "What's the red for?" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this guy is not a prepper survivalist or whatever. It's for night vision. It's so you can see at night without destroying your night vision, your natural night vision. That's what it's for." All right, moving right along. The wire there is a plug-in-the-wall grounding system. One of these days, I'm going to find, and I've got them everywhere. I have purchased thousands of them over the years. A blue wrist strap on a, coiled, stretchy cord. Okay, but what I've been doing normally the last several weeks and months is just putting a bare wire, laying on it, touching it. It's around here somewhere. I'll grab it and pull it up here just to show you. It's that simple. Just stick a freaking tent stake in the ground and run it to wire. This is not the ideal wire to use because this is a single strand, about a number 12, maybe 14 gauge. So I've been just laying on that and trying not to have it poke in me. If I could flatten it out a little bit, it would make it a whole lot nicer. I'll probably clip that thing to it. So touch it while you're sleeping. Heal. Especially if you're going to be in a camping or survival situation, it is absolutely, absurdly, ridiculously stupid, moronic if you're not grounded. You're 3 feet from the ground. You could stick a wire through the tent, poke a hole in the tent floor, run it out the window, run it out the door. Be grounded while you're sleeping. It will heal you. Okay? Fire starting. Miscellaneous. Oh, fire. Talk about fire. Everybody listening? Flames from the ashes. Okay. Okay, I ran across this, so I'm going to talk about it. William Johnston. It was a series, a men's action series. There's probably like 40 of them by now. I don't know. But it was about a man who was a Vietnam vet. And I read these, and at the time I said to my wife, this is not science fiction. This is history. It just hasn't happened yet. This is the 18th in the explosive series. They all have ashes in them. Out of the ashes, flames in the ashes, rebellion in the ashes, death in the ashes, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But my family motto, the Diamond family motto, which I found out about, it was 2004. So married in 77, born in 54, So anyway, 50 years after I was born, I found out that my family motto is MITSRAIM Disco, which means from a longer saying from the Aeneid, Virgil's Aeneid, no stranger to evil, okay, non ignare male, MITSRAIM Disco. No stranger to evil, I have learned how to take care of the miserable. That is almost verbatim from Joseph in Egypt saying, hey, you, the enemy, his brothers, Satan, you meant it for evil. Yah meant it for good. So I have learned through life experiences, the evil I've experienced in life. I have been taught by the Holy Spirit about theologically, man is corrupt, man is decrepit, man man can be as evil as he can be. Okay, he's totally depraved. So I've learned about evil in the world through the scriptures, and I have taught myself about evil. So it's one of the things I just happened to do. I don't think so. I read a lot of books like this because one of the things I read early on as I was a new survivalist, quote unquote, 1980, was that if you don't have money to do a lot of physical preparation, buy gold, buy silver, no, not ever, then you can at least prepare yourself mentally and emotionally. And so I started reading books and reading survival literature, and that was one of the things I did over the years. And as it turns out, I was able to change my way of thinking over a period of decades. And in 1993, when I really woke up, I immediately, just in my mind, I had done enough reading, history, strategy, military strategy, everything, that I just went, okay, there's no way for this to end except in massive amounts of bloodshed and war. And so I started befriending Vietnam vets and whatnot. So, long story short, I'm here, and that's why. So, because I in reading that, all this type of literature, post-Nuki, post-disease, post-this, post-that, post-comet, Lucifer's hammer, male evil, on the beach, Alas Babylon, all of those, they led me to the realization that there's no way that you're going to stay in the city until the last minute, slopping around, as I say, slopping around with all the other turkey farm inmates, and then suddenly magically make it to your bug out location, which you don't have. How many of you listening to me right now have a designated bug out location? Probably very few. Okay, I am getting cold, and my throat is going. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to pause it. Okay, let me try to finish this one up. The next thing is get some kind of hatchet. This is big and kind of overkill. This would be good for probably what Bill used. I'll borrow it from Bill. Probably for smacking wedges in. I mean, this is a real hatchet. It's pretty heavy. But you need to bust kindling up. That's a good way to do it. And I'm going to do that before I get started. This is a stick figure. Preacher box. Okay, that's going to start my fire. And I got several pieces of this that I found when I was looking for the butane, propane torch bottle. So, hatchet, break them up. All right. I'm going to finish up here with what I wanted to do. This. Hey, come on, where'd it go? Okay. Isn't that cute? I don't know where I got it from, but any tin like this, you poke holes in it around the sides. Nails, little nail holes. Pack that with cotton. Cut your cotton round, square, whatever. Just put cotton in there, patches. Cut an old towel up. Make sure it's cotton. Okay. And throw it on a fire, and it'll char the cloth. It'll make charcoal. It'll make char cloth. See, like charcoal. You've burned off all the easily burnable stuff, and you've left only easily lit substance that you can start fires with. All right. Done with that one. Cold weather survival. Talked about before. Talked about it again repeatedly. Ladies, dear sisters, get female urinary devices. These are like 45 cents. eBay, Amazon. Find a bunch of them. Buy 5 of them. Buy 10 of them. Buy 100 of them. Buy 1,000 of them. Buy 10,000 of them. If my beliefs and my estimations are right, we will possibly have, who knows, Yah is the only one that knows, 30, 40, 50 million people here. Every one of you women need one of these, so stock up on them. Buy for 45 cents, sell for $5. Post whatever post-toasty business. Gloves. These are my light-duty gloves. Got them at Dollar General. They're supposed to be for running a computer. They used to be sensitive. The fingertips and the thumb. They're not anymore. But I like them. Driving, light work. That's what I use. A lot of woodwork. I use a glove like this. It's a welding glove. Tillman is a welding manufacturer. You can see the little icon there. That's a welder with a helmet on. Okay, those are good gloves for chucking wood, throwing wood, and whatnot. I mentioned before that I had gotten 2 different pair of welding gloves, and some people call them stove gloves, and they'll sell them to you probably for $40 or $50. But these were $7, and what do you get for $7? Something that'll wear out in a short period of time. But I like them. They're light. They're a little bit shorter than the other pair that I got. Not very heavy though. You see, there's no name brand on them. If you get one that says Tillman, you'd have something. Weld Coat Metals. Okay, so this is a welding company, and these are quite a bit heavier, a little bit longer, and just more robust. But I've used them about the same length of time, and I don't have any holes in them yet. Handling wood. Okay. Speaking of handling wood, log tongs. This is just a really cheap pair, but they still would work. You can, with one hand, I can drop them over that big piece of wood and pick it up. Okay. They grip. I want to sharpen them a little bit so they're a little bit sharper. And they'll go out to about, if I remember, 14. Yeah. 13, maybe 11 inches. Yeah, about 11. So you can, in other words, you could pick up a log lengthwise a piece of firewood if it's that short. A lot of people make them. Fiskars makes them. Log Ox makes a really good one. That's it's only like $300 or $400 as opposed to $10. But they do a lot of stuff. It's a PV pole. It's a cant hook. It'll set your log up off the ground while you saw on it. So, all right, bet it. I'm gonna get on it. Get a fire going here. Oh, one more thing. There are commercially made fire things. If you get one, read the directions. You know, I opened this up, one of them up, and broke it in two, and put it in there to start a fire. And see the little arrow, and the little arrow. That's where you light it. This whole thing is flammable, so I mean, it's waxy. So it's sealed. It's waterproof, waxy, wax sealed, waterproof. So, alrighty, another 15-minute deal here. This is Jerry Diamond. If you are listening to this, you are the remnant. Okay, you're the remnant if you're listening to me. So get out here. Thank you. God bless. Bye-bye.